What's up, everybody? Welcome to another edition of Sports Betting with Let's Get 60. I'm your host, Justin Travis, and as always, you can find me on Twitter at Let's Get 60, on the web, letsget60.com, and on pickmonitor.com, Let's Get 60. And today we're going to jump into week 5 of the college football slate and week 4 of the NFL slate. In the past, this usually takes about 4 parts. I'll save the last part for the NFL exclusively. So let's jump right in. Let's review, shall we? Let's get this. Here we go. College football was not as kind to me as it was in the last couple of weeks. We went 7-8, and we lost a little bit. I don't even know, a unit and a half or something. And here's what we did. I highlighted the head scratchers. I don't think we need to dwell on Michigan's woes any more than anybody that backed Michigan already has. Again, it's just one of those things. It's college football. Some of the others, just the TCU loss. Looking back, probably should have bought out of that when the line moved from 9.5 to 8. That tells me somebody knew something that I didn't. It looked like a really, really good spot for TCU on paper. And I think some people would say that's a head scratcher, but it's just, again, 18, 19-year-old kids. Baylor and Arkansas, very surprised by these two performances. Baylor didn't even score a point in the second half. Definitely already looking ahead for sure, and we'll talk about that some more. And Arkansas, I mean, what do you do when you lose to a San Jose State at home? I mean, straight up lost. That's a program that may have hit rock bottom. So, Arkansas fans know nowhere to go but up from here. I'm sure they'll look better, but I think they have to play Texas A&M, who's going to come in hungry for a win after their loss against Auburn. A couple of games we won by the skin of our teeth: Okie State and Clemson. This is why it pays to try and get the best line. It's hard sometimes. Sometimes you wait on a dog, and the line you saw on Monday will never come again. And sometimes if you wait on a favorite, it moves up on you. So we got lucky with both those teams. Okie State covered by 6 or lost by 6. Okie State and Clemson both covered by half a point. Auburn, Texas A&M over came in at 48 even, and we had it at 47.5. So pretty lucky there. All right, let's jump in. I'll start things off with a 4-teamer. I used to really like to do 14 teasers, and I kind of got away from them. But we had one last week that came through for us, and what I really like to do, and you got to be careful, you don't want to press here, but what I really like to do is get a team or a game on a Thursday or Friday night, so you're rolling into Saturday already with 3 teams at reduced prices, if you will. So I singled out. I was going to take Air Force and lay the big number at any rate, and it was basically a fade of San Jose State. San Jose State had to go to Arkansas. They won a big game. Beating an SEC school anywhere, and especially beating them at home, is a huge deal for that program. Now they got to go and play Air Force, which is a very, very tough place to play, very high elevation. And Air Force, they got to get ready for the triple option. It's hard to do, short week. I don't see San Jose State winning at all. And I think 18, 19 points is a fair price. So get them down to 6.5, and let's roll into Saturday with Oklahoma teased down to -14 against Texas Tech. Yes, Texas Tech handled Arizona and what's it, Malik, I think is his name, Kyle Malik. Malika, whatever. But there's no match for Oklahoma's boys up front and the way they're going to pound the ball. Uh, Oklahoma does have issues at defense, and Texas Tech probably keeps it within the original number here. But Oklahoma by a couple touchdowns. I think that's an easy play. Utah State down to minus 10.5. Reason I like Utah State is I saw on Twitter that Colorado State's quarterback and running back are out for this game. That's basically their entire offense, and they're on the road. So you got to like Utah State there. Line's still been hovering around 24, 23, 24, 25 around there. So we got them down at minus 10.5. And finally, Michigan down to minus 14.5. Look, guys, you know, they're hosting the worst team in the Big Ten off an embarrassing loss. They're going to want to score 50 on this team. I mean, they're going to want to make it look as good as possible. They are going to run up the score. Trust me on this. And there's another play that I like. I don't think I have it here, but it's their over. The over in that game, which is 48-49, depending where you look. They may get 49, 50-something points on their own. And it's not like Rutgers isn't going to score. Rutgers will get a field goal or a touchdown or something. I'm thinking 45-10 type stuff, 48-10 type stuff here. I mean, Michigan's going to want to score a ton. So Michigan down to minus 14.5. I think that's a good play. All right, Arizona State at Cal. Look, this is two teams that are defensive minded for sure. Cal is coming off that win against is it Mississippi State? Can't remember. Yeah, Mississippi State or Ole Miss, whatever. SEC school, regardless, at home. And now they get to go. Now they're hosting Arizona State at Berkeley. Weird things happen at Berkeley. We know this. But I think this is a good spot for Cal here. I had them at, I got them at -7, or I capped this at -7. Current line's -4.5. I'm a little hesitant because I think, with all this defense, will they get above that 3? Is it going to come down like the Arizona State Michigan State game? Will it come down to a field goal and they don't cover the 4.5? So I'm a little hesitant on this one, but I do like them at 4.5. We'll see how what tomorrow brings in the line. I don't think it'll go down to 3. So this may be a pass. I don't know. It depends how I'm feeling tomorrow. But right now, I think this is a pass for me. That I did want to talk about it a little bit. I think Arizona State's quarterback. He's a young guy. I think he's going to struggle with defensive teams. And I think Cal is, they're undefeated. We saw that they were able to not have an emotional letdown when they beat Washington. They didn't cover against North Texas, but they did win. And same kind of thing here, where they have a nice win, a good win, and now they got to get up on a short week for next week. I think Arizona State does some good things on offense, but I just don't think they're going to be able to handle Cal's defense for 4 quarters. I would rate Cal's defense a little higher than Michigan State's. So, but again, this is a tough one. I like them better at -3, but again, I capped it at -7, and we're spending way too much time on Arizona State Cal. All right, let's see. Okay, well let's stop here. Let's get ready for part 2, and I'll be right back with more college football.